Hi everyone, it's Wanda with the Armchair Cat Advocate, and the good news that I had today just took a terrible turn. I just got a text from the volunteer at Feline Solutions, and they did a snap test, which they're not always the most reliable tests, but a good indication of what's going on with the cat. And Neka has shown positive for feline leukemia. Now, she's not symptomatic that I know of. I did ask, what does this mean? Because I have, I brought them into my household with my other cats. And, how likely is that to infect my cats? And she said, well, to keep them covered and in a separate room. I said, well, that's not really possible because I don't have a separate room with, unless I put them in the bathroom. But she said to keep them covered, that the kittens aren't symptomatic. She said they would be sneezing, snotty noses. She didn't see any indication. I do have one that sneezes off and on, but I don't know that that's, I mean, they're eating and everything. They're eating fine and everything. So I don't know that that's anything to be concerned about. She doesn't seem to think that it's a big concern. But they are going to have to get a snap test when they go back for their booster in 2 weeks. I'm just really upset right now and incredibly angry because one of the ways that feline leukemia is spread is through mating, fighting, sharing food, water, and I'm thinking, okay, has any of the other colony now be infected? I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I can get everybody tested, and the protocol for colony cats is generally you don't test unless there is a they're symptomatic, and then they're generally euthanized. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. For the meantime, she said to have them covered, which I do have them covered. Now, I don't have the front covered. I do have the sides covered and the back covered with heavy towels. They don't, they have drank out of the fountain, but they don't share food dishes. Like, I have separate dishes for my cats, and they have their dishes, and they're washed. I wash them. And I guess, I'll have to look and see if bleach kills that. If bleach kills feline leukemia, then I will have to start disinfecting. That'll be one other thing I have to add to my routine. This is just not good. Fury and Rogue have had more exposure to them. Well, actually, they've had exposure to the kittens. Abra's really only had very minimal exposure to them. They've sniffed each other, and that's it. I don't know that that's enough. There hasn't been any fighting or anything. And see, this is why I also tell people, don't just throw cats together because you don't know. And again, I mean, this is, and I'm sure the other channel, I'm sure there's, you know, Timu Troll and her happy little hooligans are going to be like, it's a sanitarian, no, you should have everybody separated and isolated, and see, that's what she gets. Okay, well, that's good for you, bitch, because you can do that. I can't. You know, I try to do a good thing. And I'm just hoping it's not going to bite me in the butt. You know, there are other people that have done the same thing. I take as much precaution as I can. This wouldn't happen if somebody was responsible and spayed their cat and kept them inside. That's what it comes down to. And it makes me, I'm pissed. I am. And it really is making me want to go over and pound on their door and tell them what for. And I just hope that none of these kittens have it. I really hope that none of these kittens have it. Because that would... Who's going to adopt the cat with feline leukemia? I mean, what do we do with them then? I didn't ask her that. I'll have to ask her that. But what happens if they are? Then what? What do we do then? Do they get euthanized? Do they get euthanized? Or do we just let them get them spayed and neutered and throw them back on the street? I don't know. I mean, FIV, to me, FIV is not, it's, I don't want to say it's not a big deal, but FIV is not, I mean, there's been so much information with FIV. FIV, Rogue has FIV. FIV is, they can live many years with FIV. Feline leukemia is great. You know, feline leukemia is more serious, in my opinion. I'm not saying FIV isn't serious, because it is, but it's not as easy to transmit either as feline leukemia is. So that's where it's at, everyone, and I will keep everyone up to date. Definitely not the news I wanted to give everyone, but you're all on this journey with me. You know, you were with me when I pulled them from the cold and brought them in. You've been with me through every step, and I'm not going to exclude you now. You know? Worst case scenario, she'll have to go back outside, and I'll just continue to care for her in the colony the best I can. And if she gets symptomatic and she starts to suffer, then I'll have to have her euthanized. I won't let her suffer. You know, we'll figure it out. So, thank you everyone for watching, for your support, and I will make sure that I continue to update this sad turn of events. And until next one, thanks for watching. Bye for meow. Hey everyone, after I finished recording the video, I realized that I had actually vaccinated my indoor crew with the 3-in-1 from Tractor Supply, the 3-in-1 vaccination from Tractor Supply, that actually has the vaccine for feline leukemia in it. So they should have some protection. I know they are a little out of date, but I was giving them, at the time that I would give them their 3-year rabies, I would just follow it up with that. So Masu and Izuki are about due for that. Rogue's overdue. Fury and Nif are overdue. But, you know, as we all know, from a certain vaccine for a certain virus that was very prevalent in 2020, that vaccines last. The antibodies from the vaccines do last much longer than advertised, basically, you know. So saying that you need a shot every year, you may not necessarily need a shot every year, because those antibodies could still be effective much longer than that year. So just wanted to add that, and hopefully everything will be okay. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye for meow.